So we got 5 races left between now and the end of the beginning of the NASCAR playoffs in Darlington. But all of them will be in basically 2 different locations. And the bigger plot twist, 2 of these are going to be doubleheaders. You got 2 races at Watkins Glen, one tonight and one later tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern. You got the Daytona Tour, which is Daytona Beach, the Daytona Road Course, and the Daytona Oval to close out the regular season. And then we get to Darlington to kick off the Challenger round. Last time out at Michigan, Sterling Marlin ended up going to victory lane when that race ended under caution. If we're looking at point standings, Dylan Murway still is the number 1 seed with 5 wins. However, if Jeff Gordon can win a couple more, Gordon would take the top spot. In terms of the regular season, Mark Martin has a 82-point gap in the regular season points over Jeff Gordon, and the battle of the regular season sits between these two to get the regular season title. So, drivers that currently need to make it in on points: Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace, Ryan Newman, and Bill Elliott are the 6 drivers that are in currently on points. Kurt Busch has the most protection between 11th and 16th. However, Bill Elliott cannot afford a mistake. Jeff Burton is 4 points out, and Earnhardt Jr. and Robbie Gordon are just further and further out. Jr. needs a good run. He's got the Daytona Tour coming up, which could be his ticket into the playoffs. But remember, if there is a new winner, that cut line moves further and further down. So if Kurt Busch wins, if Kurt Busch wins and he's in the top 16, then Rusty Wallace or Tony Stewart would be the new cut man, the highest driver in on points. Anybody outside the top 16, then things will get even tighter. Watkins Glen International is a road course located in the beautiful Finger Lakes region of New York, sitting at just 2.4 miles long. The first of 2 races this weekend here at the Watkins Glen facility. One of them will be at night. So we got 11 turns that make up this facility. The winner's purse for tonight and tomorrow will total $300,000. This facility seats 87,000 people all the way around. Imagine that. Cuomo couldn't be bothered to use this track and, run with social distancing in play, but that's neither here nor there. And the very first race was held in 1948. Track record here was held in August of 2001, set in August of 2001 by Dale Jarrett. We'll try to break it. Coming to the green flag, you're going to build up a lot of speed heading down into turn 1 and then immediately hard on the binders, get right towards the bottom line, and then immediately hit the gas right as you come off. Here you get to the S's. It is a right, left, right combination. The left could be interesting, so you're going to have to glue that car to the line each time all the way around this track. Then heading down the backstretch, you'll build up a lot of speed, immediately hit the binders heading into the bus stop. If you blow through it, NASCAR will penalize you for 15 full seconds if you end up blowing the bus stop. Heading through the carousel, your car will try to edge out to the wall. There isn't a lot of runoff area due to the safer barriers and foam blocks that are put in place. So everybody's going to be rushing to get back on. And then heading into NASCAR turn 7, get that car right on the white line, bring it out towards the wall, and you've completed a lap here at Watkins Glen. We'll try to improve this lap. You see, we were going back to the inverted Intimidator paint scheme for this race with David Bliss sponsoring the car. That will be our main sponsor until the Pepsi 400 will have a special paint scheme designed to look like David Bliss. I can't pronounce that for shit. So we're going to let the car roll through turn 6. And then head through this short chute towards NASCAR turn 6. There is a boot layout here that has 4 extra turns in what makes this course long, 2.4 miles. But NASCAR does not use the boot. Other racing series do. And heading to the line, that will bring us 12th, I believe. Let's go to MRN Radio.
MRN presents live NASCAR racing at Watkins Glen International, brought to you by EA Sports. Barney, this will be a very tough race for some of the drivers.
Well, 7 out of the 11 corners here are to the right. You want a car that can turn both ways with ease. Of course, that's a lot easier said than done.
The 121 car will try to use this race to close in on the points lead.
He just needs to keep digging like he has been. Sometimes when drivers reach the top 5 in points, they start to push themselves too hard on race day and wind up losing spots instead. I'm sure he doesn't want that.
Jeff Green might not be a household name, but he's had a lot of success recently in stock cars.
But, there's no doubt. He won the Busch Series Championship in 2000 by over 600 points, and he's finished runner-up in that series to a couple of talented guys with the names of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kevin Harvick.
An unusual back-of-the-pack start for Greg Biffle.
I spoke with the guys from that team in the garage this morning, and they said they tried something a little different in qualifying this week. They learned their lesson, though. Stick with what works, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Gentlemen, start your engine. Mark Martin, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, will be starting from the number 2 spot. Starting in row 2 will be the DuPont Chevrolet and the Tampa Auto Parts Chevrolet. In row 3 are the One Car and the Lowe Chevrolet. In row 4 are the 37 car and the Motorcraft Ford. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the Novus car and the Kellogg Chevrolet. The 6th row has the Dodge dealer's UAW Dodge and the 27 car. In row 7 are the Target Dodge and the Team Rusty Ford. Starting the race from row 8 are the Home Depot Pontiac and the 88 car. And in row 9 are the Ganassi Racing Dodge and the GM Country Service Plus Chevrolet. Starting in row 10 will be the 46 car and the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. In row 11 are the Square D Chevrolet and the 4 car. In row 12 are the 17 car and the Citgo Ford. Row 13 finds the Hapland Ford and the Sprint Dodge. The 14th row has the Rubbermaid Ford and the Dale Jr. Chevrolet. In row 15 are the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge and the Cheerios Dodge. Starting the race from row 16 are the Fam Racing Dodge and the Caterpillar Dodge. Row 17 is the America Online Chevrolet and the 63 car. Starting in row 18 will be the 26 car and the Tide Ford. In row 19 are the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the Valvoline Pontiac. In row 20 are the Altel Ford and the 98 car. Back in row 21, we have the M&M's Pontiac and the Sirius Satellite Radio Dodge. And rounding out the field is the 16 car.
So we got 22 laps today between these two Watkins Glen races, so 44 laps in 2 days. So these are the shortest races we have this season, so you can expect urgency to be high from the get-go. This tonight and tomorrow even. So Mark Martin, the regular season Winston Cup points leader, will be starting from outside pole. Robbie Gordon, who is 35 points out of the top 16, starts on the pole tonight. Jeff Gordon brought the same paint scheme he won the Coke 600 in, so you can look for that car to be out front a lot tonight, depending on how pit strategy goes and how the events in this race play out. Pace car is off. Robbie Gordon leads the field down, and we're racing under the lights at Watkins Glen. Heading down towards the inner loop. This could be an interesting trouble spot here for these drivers. Dillon tries to force it in. Purvis gets the spot. But out front, looks like Jeff Gordon has taken the lead. Dylan Murway is using the bumper on Jeff Purvis, gets him out of the way as they make their way out of turn number 6. You got two DEI cars battling for position up front. Steve Park looks to be strong tonight. Right here in the 4th position. Oh, he gets big contact from Dillon. Waltrip still gets sent wide. They're in a tight squeeze. 3 wide in the middle. 3 wide, more contact. Waltrip bounces into Murway, and they're 3 wide coming to the line. Jimmy backs out of it, and Jeff Gordon will lead the first lap here tonight at Watkins Glen. Waltrip still shoves that car in there. Still has the spot. Was 3 wide with Steve Park, but gets out of that. And everything seems to have finally settled down here. As the top 3 have spread out, Robbie Gordon, Mark Martin, and Jeff Gordon are the top 3. Just a reminder, Robbie Gordon does not have a win this season. Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin do. So Robbie Gordon is looking for a win and hoping for either Burton, Elliott, or Earnhardt Jr., or preferably a combination of all 3 to have a problem. But a win would automatically clinch a spot for Robbie in the playoffs. Dylan gets the spot on Robbie Gordon, and Robbie looks like he lets off here. But out front, it is Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin out here at Watkins Glen. Gordon is your race leader. Briefly, Dylan goes over the curb. They're there. Letting the car roll through the S's. Let's go on board from the bumper cam. Norway has the spot on Mark. Oh, contact. Martin goes high. Looks like, caution already. Looks like there might be a wreck in the bus stop. We'll see how this yellow plays out. Here comes, can Dylan Murway get the lead at the moment of caution when they race all the way back to the line? Looks like Murway did he shot that corner wide in turn 6. And then looks like Gordon may have the lead at the line coming to turn 7. Gordon has the lead. Oh, Kenseth. Wow, big wreck. Kurt Busch is involved. So, by the looks of it, Kenseth ramps over the top of Ricky Rudd, rolls over in the inner loop. So, a big wreck early on here at the Glen. Pace car is off. Looks like Dylan Murway takes the lead. Green flag back into the air. He was the only car that didn't pit. Wow. That ought to make things interesting. Gordon takes the lead on the outside with minimal effort. Here comes Mark Martin in third. Dylan Murway trying to have the spot. A little bit of pressure on the top side. Oh, there's contact here. Gordon gets into the wall, bounces into Dylan. Dylan takes the spot. Gordon is still there in second. Oh, contact. Oh, big moment there. Robbie Gordon takes the lead, and now Waltrip gets turned around. Exited the inner loop. Second caution of the night. They race back to the yellow. Looks like Robbie Gordon may get the spot. Here, so Waltrip gets hit and slammed into by Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, Dylan's going to have to pit. And while that went on, we were clean early on, and then things started getting interesting. Pace car is off. Green flag back into the air. Dylan Murway restarts 40th. Mark Martin, by the way, led during that last yellow. And here comes Dylan Murway trying to make up all the positions he lost. That's always going to be fun to watching a rookie like Dylan Murway cut his way through traffic. Mark Martin, Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon, Steve Park, and Dale Jarrett are the top 5. 4 of those drivers have road course wins and wins to their name. All of them have wins to their name, technically. But Robbie Gordon does not. On a road course anyway, as Andretti gets knocked out of the way. Loses a couple spots. While Dylan Murway goes on the round before Mike Skinner for 24th on the outside lane, no less. As they slam into the corner, and here comes Dylan trying to get by Jeff Burton for position. Here comes Dylan Murway to duck to the inside. 3 wide on Junior and Hamilton. Oh, contact up ahead. Labonte and Harvick get together. And Dylan Murway, within 2 laps, went from 40th to 12th. All from charging his way through the pack on the inside lane when the field was just barely getting up to speed. Ends up nudging Ricky Rudd out of the way in the S's. He's on a mission. Here comes Dylan charging in on Labonte to get into the top 10. Here comes Murway on the outside of Spencer. And then try to pick up a position on Park for 7th. Steve Park was shuffled out of the top 5 by Sterling Marlin and Tony Stewart. He's having a great run tonight after having a little bit of a interesting, fairly physical start. Dylan Murway charges in on Marlin for 6th. And Dylan's trying to pass Tony Stewart here on the inside, maybe set him up for the inner loop. But out front, it is the Mark Martin show here at Watkins Glen. Last time out on a road course, Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin were the cars to beat. And it looks like they could be the cars to beat again here. Murway trying to set up Robbie Gordon for 4th. So barring any major disasters, the field should be good to the finish. Keyword, barring any major disasters. So Martin, Gordon, and Murway, the top 3. Murway getting a little physical with the all-time road course leader for the second spot. Can Dylan Murway run down Mark Martin? And what will Dylan do when he gets to the back bumper of that 6 car? He's shaving a lot of time. I think he could get to him by maybe turn 7. On NASCAR turn 7. Make their way through the carousel, turn 5. It'll be earlier. Martin getting Dylan all the way to the back bumper of that 6 car. Sets him up. Runs him wide almost. Dylan takes the lead. So far, it is Murway and Martin battling for the win here at the Glen. These are two drivers that could very well be in the championship 4 in this season, fighting for the race win. Martin to the inside. Oh, they're both in the dirt. Dillon takes the spot here with 8 to go. Murway, Martin, and Gordon, the top 3. Jarrett further back and forth. Gordon closing in. If Murway and Martin really start getting to racing each other, Martin forces it in 3 wide. There's contact. Gordon to second. And wide open on the inside lane. This actually brought Dale Jarrett into the mix somehow. Murway ducks in under Gordon. Here comes Martin on the inside. He ran Gordon wide on the outside lane. Gordon still has the lead. Still neck and neck. Side by side the line, 7 to go. Everybody's sitting, nobody is sitting in their seats. They're enjoying this battle. Murway and Gordon going at it for the race win. Gordon still won't give up that spot. Dillon is just fast on the outside. Throws a block. Dillon gets the wall. Gordon escapes the lead. Here comes Jarrett in 4th. Sure what that was about. So, while we're here, let's try and recap the race stats in the Watkins Glen doubleheader race 1. So, Jeff Gordon is the leader, Dylan Murway 2nd, Dale Jarrett 3rd, Mark Martin 4th, Robbie Gordon 5th, Tony Stewart 6th, Sterling Marlin 7th, Rusty Wallace 8th, Ricky Rudd 9th, and Steve Park rounds out the top 10. Jimmy Spencer is 11th. Nice run for him. Then you got Terry Labonte, Kevin Harvick, Bobby Labonte, Jamie McMurray with a good run tonight. The thing about these doubleheaders, if you're fast the first race, you're going to be fast in the second half of the race, the second race technically. So, great run for McMurray. Earnhardt Jr. hanging on to a top 20 spot. Jimmy Johnson, after getting into that early incident with Waltrip, running in 20th. Only 2 cautions in the entire race. Looking for the rest of the lineup, Ryan Newman hadn't really made a whole lot of headway tonight. Running in 27th. Michael Waltrip rebounding to 30th. Johnny Benson, Ward Burton having tough goes tonight. And it looks like Casey Atwood is the last car on the lead lap. And 2 Roush drivers were taken out in that accident. So it's really Mark Martin leading the charge as Murway goes way wide. In the inner loop, comes out in 4th, puts the bumper to Mark. This could be a physical race here. I'm liking this. So it is Gordon, Jarrett, and Murway, the top 3. Murway with a big shot to Dale Jarrett. He's running down Jeff Gordon right now. This could be a good battle for the win. Murway with the lead, ducking to the inside. Out of Gordon. Can he get him? There's contact. Look at the damage on the left front of Gordon's car. We can get another close shot at it. Look at the damage on the right front after some of this contact. Both of these cars are driving so terrible right now that they're still somehow letting this be a 3-car battle for the win. Say the only way they're going to try to take down Jeff, the all-time road course win leaders, if they crash him. Left side's fairly clean. Right side's the one with all the damage. They're both in the Murway's in the barriers. That brought Dale Jarrett into this, so we got 3 cars under a blanket for the win. Side by side for 6. To NASCAR turn 6. Murway has the line, preferred line in driver's left. Murway runs him wide. Off the bumper of Gordon. Still neck and neck at the line. I think Dillon may get the lead. He will. Jarrett half a second back. If these two start getting more racing, look who that brought into the party. Murway to go wide. Four cars under a blanket here with 5 laps to go. Murway forces it in again. There's contact with Gordon. More contact. Look at the damage on the right side of that car. Somehow that tire has not blown yet. Murway went wide. Jarrett coming to second. Jarrett has the spot. He has the lane, but he couldn't get in under Gordon. Jarrett gets nudged wide. Dillon takes the second spot from Gordon. 4 to go. All this side-by-side racing is what Dillon Murway needs to see right now if he wants his 6th win of the season and to lock up the number 1 seed for the playoffs. Look at that. Dillon's tires are shot. He's got damage. Gordon's got damage. He's just covering all inches. Gordon has the spot. Jarrett's in there. They're 3 wide almost. Jarrett has the spot. So it is Dillon, Gordon, Jarrett, Martin, and Robbie Gordon, the top 5. Murway went wide. Jarrett has second. Can Jarrett get a shot at Dillon? If he gets to him, will he use the bumper, though? 3 to go at the line. This suspense is killing me right now. 4 cars under a blanket, 2 Chevys, 2 Fords. The all-time road course win leader up there, the rookie that's leading the chase standings in wins. Wow. Gordon closes up. 3 laps to go. Making our way down into the backstretch. Martin closes in. 4 cars fighting for the win. Martin is second. Robbie Gordon closing up in 5th. Martin to the outside. Gordon to take second. Neck and neck through the carousel. Gordon with the bumper. Getting a little aggressive here. Never mind the fact that Gordon lost his right side. So I got Dillon Murway trying to block. 3 wide into 6. This isn't going to work. Robbie Gordon's up here. Jarrett goes wide. 5 cars in a blanket. That has brought Robbie Gordon up into this mix. 2 laps to go. Gordon to the inside to block. Dillon to block. 2 laps, 3 wide for the race lead. Dillon's in turn 1. Murway went wide. He still has the spot. So you got the top 5 with Robbie Gordon up here. Marlin taking 6th from Stewart. This ought to be interesting. Gordon looks to the inside. Covering. He blocks the first side. Yeah, he's mirror driving now. That is what he's doing. I think that might have cleared him. Here, as they make their way out of turn 5, down into turn 6. Great battling here at the end of here in the late stages of race 1 here at Watkins Glen. Oh, Murway shot the corner. You can't do that too much. Tires are worn. He's going to have to learn to save him here, coming to the white flag here at Watkins Glen. 1 lap to go here in the Finger Lakes region. What a race it has been. Oh, Murway overshot the corner. Here comes Mark Martin back. 3 wide, Gordon with the lead. Murway overshoots turn 1. Gordon to the top spot, out of the S's, and into the bus stop. Oh, Gordon even went wide. Crosses over. Gordon trying to keep I guarantee you Gordon's going to use that bumper. If he either Dylan misses the corner, or if Gordon were to get to him, he's going to use that bumper. Through turn 6. Oh, damage. Murway hits the wall. Goes way wide in 6. Gordon is there. He makes the outside line work. Dylan can't get to him, and Jeff Gordon will win race 1 of the Watkins Glen doubleheader. What a race, especially in those late stages.
This was an exciting last lap, wasn't it? You know, you've seen a great race when it gets to the last lap, and you still have no idea who's going to win.
From all of us at EA Sports and MRN, thanks for joining us for this evening's race. We'll see you next time.
What a race. How about this? Jeff Gordon with the last corner pass. Dylan Murway tried a shot at him, but it wasn't enough. So race 1 of the Watkins Glen doubleheader goes to Jeff Gordon. Dylan Murway ends up 2nd. Dale Jarrett 3rd. Mark Martin 4th. Tony Stewart ends up 5th out of all this. Robbie Gordon ends up 6th. Sterling Marlin 7th. Rusty Wallace 8th. Ricky Rudd 9th. And Steve Park rounds out the top 10 after starting 5th tonight. Great run for Ricky Rudd, though, after starting 25th. And then looking through the rest of the field, Jeff Burton with a top 15 run compared to Bill. He finished ahead of Bill Elliott, which we'll see how that shakes up the points. Will Bill Elliott be on the outside and have to win in these next 4 races? Waltrip rebounding after that early spin, finishes 19th. Jimmy Johnson starting 6th, ends up 21st, looking for the rest of the pack. Elliott Sadler with a tough go tonight, ending up 26th. Looking for the rest of the lineup, so Ken Schrader, 33rd. Wow. Frank Kimmel starting 19th. He had that one win, but he's too far back outside the top 30 to do anything to be considered for the playoffs, so he will not be eligible for the playoffs due to this. So Matt Kenseth and Kurt Busch were the only drivers that retired early from tonight's race. So Jeff Gordon bags $150,000, 2 caution flags for 3 laps, 6 lead changes among 3 drivers. Time of race, a little over 44 minutes. Average speed, 73 miles an hour. and the margin of victory 0.458 thousandths of a second. So, and just think, a little over 12 hours from now, we'll be racing during the day at Watkins Glen. So, Jeff Gordon narrows into Mark Martin's points lead by a little bit, heading into the second Watkins Glen race. Jeff Gordon earns his 4th win of the year, closing into that number 1 seed. If he wins here and tomorrow, we're comparing drivers' stats. Jeff Gordon would take the top seed in the playoffs because he has 12 top 5s to 11 top 5s to Dylan Murway, 16 top 10s to Dylan's 14. Looking for the rest of the pack, Tony Stewart now becomes the new highest driver. In points, Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace, Kurt Busch, Bill Elliott, Jeff Burton are now the drivers fighting for the top 16. Tony Stewart becomes the new highest driver in points, so awards for Watkins Glen Race 1. So Robbie Gordon won the pole. Dylan led the most laps. Ricky Rudd passed the most cars. Dylan Murway had the best lap. Dylan Murway was the best rookie. Steve Park made the best pass of tonight's race. See you tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern for Race 2 at Watkins Glen.